Hey Team Aaptiv, we're starting a little bit late today. We had a few technical difficulties because hashtag real life. I am so happy to be here with you today. I loved working out with you and John on Saturday. I loved our mental health work through last week, and I loved it so much, and we got so many messages about it that we're gonna do it again. I see people starting to join. Hey everybody. So I would love, this is an icebreaker that I use when I do in-person workshops and events. I have been listening to so much music lately because to me, music is a mood booster. It's a feeling feeler. It helps me sit and work through whatever feelings I'm dealing with. And so I have a playlist that is just my pump up songs. So that's if I was being announced on like a big stage, I don't know, Madison Square Garden, and they announced my name, it's the song that they would be playing as I walked on. Right now, it's Diva by Beyonce. It's usually something by Beyonce. So I would love to get you involved. What is your pump up song? What is the song that gets you going? I see John Thornhill here. I know that he has a ton of pump up songs. Is this a workout? The workout is with Mary at 5:30 Eastern. This is a mental work through. So this is a set of exercises, 20 minutes max, that is going to get us prepped for the day, week, and weeks ahead to help you shift from reactive to proactive. You're so welcome. Hey, Desi. All right, so here, Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake. That is an amazing one. I have danced at many a wedding to that song. Sam Smith, I love it. Sam Smith always gets me feeling all of my feelings. Anything by Beyonce, anything by Robin. I am absolutely loving Lizzo. I feel like last year was the year of Lizzo. She makes me feel inspired to be a strong woman, to go out and kick butt in life. Paper Rings by Taylor Swift. I'm Good by K-Flight. This is amazing. I love this. So I'm gonna be putting these all into a playlist and making a big pump up playlist for us. Thank you so much for sharing. And thank you to the person who asked if this was a physical workout. So the physical workouts are, of course, important always, but we need to make sure that we're balancing them out with mental and emotional, what I'm calling work throughs. Because while exercise can be an incredible way to feel our feelings, to get us energized, we want to make sure that we're bringing the right energy into our workouts and into our world. And what we do in fitness is, I say it all the time, just really practice for what we do out there in life. And so hopefully my hope and my goal with these mental work throughs is that this will give you an exercise to do throughout the week, things to think about, feelings to feel throughout the week, so that when maybe those tough moments come up or you're feeling lost or alone, you can click back on this. All of these are on Aaptiv's YouTube channel, so you can go back to them. You can have some tools in your toolkit to help you be proactive, not reactive, no matter where life takes us from here. Ooh, oh my gosh. You know what? I could just sit and look at all of these songs roll in. You guys have some great pump-up songs. Alive by Sia, that's also one of mine. So last week, we did exercises around creating schedule and routine during uncertain times. Now, if you missed that one, like I said, definitely go onto Aaptiv's YouTube channel and you'll see the exercises there. And I wanted to make sure that as we were starting these work throughs, you had a solid base of strategies to pull from when life feels so uncertain. Now, if you did that, can you give me a thumbs up or an emoji? Tell me how that worked for you this week. Did you find structure in the chaos? Did you find routine? Did it help give you like 2% more order to your days? Yes, amazing, fantastic. It definitely helped me. And if you are watching this and you're like, actually, I got kind of overwhelmed And now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't check off everything from my week. Guess what? This is my playlist. This is my list from last week. As you can see, I checked off about a third of the things off the list. And that is totally, totally cool. This is not the time to put pressure on yourself to be superstar list checker offer, to done list person. This is all about creating structure and creating order in what can be a busy brain right now, you know? So if you haven't done this, I would definitely recommend going back to the Aaptiv Instagram channel and going to that today, or to the YouTube channel. What I want to talk about today is the mental stuff, the ups and downs that we are all going through. Are you going through ups and downs? I feel like I'm going through ups and downs by the hour. Sometimes we're feeling super energized, super productive, super proactive, and some days it's just hard to literally get out of bed. I have been working from home, like I said before, for the majority of my adult life. And so I've found that there are certain things that help me get into a proactive or at least a neutral headspace as I go on with my day. Stuff like making my bed. Lucky for you, I live in a 470 square foot apartment, so you can see, made bed over there. Putting on clothes that aren't pajamas. I'm wearing workout clothes right now because I just did my own workout. But after this, I'm going to be taking a shower. I'm going to be putting on my favorite overalls, my favorite top. Just because you're not going anywhere doesn't mean that you can't look good for yourself, that you can't feel good for yourself. This is a great time to remind yourself that all of these different things that we do during the normal times, you know, it's great to get validation from other people. I am totally one of those people. I get it. Validation. Who doesn't love validation? But so many of our routines and so many of our habits, they are to benefit us, to benefit the present person that we are right now, and to benefit the person that we're going to be in the next hour, in the next day, the next week, the next month, because those small changes make those big differences. So stuff like making your bed, getting dressed, brushing your teeth, even if there's no one there to smell your morning breath, those are tiny, small changes that signal to your brain that like, oh, the day is going, I have a life to live, I've got this, I'm good. I love it. Making my bed while listening to this. Thanks for the inspiration. Fantastic. So, once you've got all of that down, the day comes and all of these ups and downs hit us. And sometimes the ups last for hours, days, weeks. Sometimes the downs last for hours, days, weeks. And sometimes we can get into this pattern of feeling like we always have to be striving for that up. That if we're down, that's a bad place to be, and we need to force ourselves up. In addition, what we'll do sometimes when we're up is we cling on to that high with sort of like a fear, scarcity mentality that maybe it'll go away soon. I don't want to lose it. Is this resonating? Yeah, I know. I feel that all of the time. So I have put together some exercises that I've used with myself, with others, that my family uses, that I thought could be helpful for you today, because we're all going through so many ups and downs, and it's unpredictable how long each one is going to last. So first of all, it is inevitable. We are going to go up, we're going to go down, and not just right now. That is life. That is the story of life. Life isn't just about the high highs or the low rock bottoms. It's about everything in between. Life will make you have ups and it will make you have downs. So what do you do with that? How do you maximize the moment that you're in instead of trying to change it into the moment that you wish it was? Now, if you do not have a pen and a piece of paper or a notebook, I would love for you to run and get one right now. If you miss this and we get started after you've gotten your pen and paper or while you're still getting it, totally cool. This is going to live up on Aaptiv's channel for the next 24 hours. And like I said, it's going to be on the YouTube channel too. Hey, Kenny. Oh, it's so wonderful to see all of you here. So I would love for you to get a piece of paper, either in your notebook or on a pad of paper. It can even be like a sticky note, just getting something. You're 100% worried about losing the happiness, and waiting for the down to come is the worst. Robs the happiness from the present moment. Yes, I'm so happy that you said this. So there's something that one of my mentors from afar, Brene Brown, calls foreboding joy. And that is when you are in a joyful moment, you are waiting for the other metaphorical shoe to drop. So if you've ever been in a good moment and you're like, I don't know how long this is going to last, or you go ahead to the worst case scenario, that is foreboding joy. So this exercise is going to help you maximize the highs and maximize the lows. So what I would love for you to do is draw a line. I like to make my page horizontal. Draw a line right there. That's not a straight line. Yours will be much straighter than mine. That is what I'm going to call your lifeline. After that, I would love for you to draw this. I would love for you to draw ups and downs, above the line, below the line. This is your life here. This is how life works. Life, success, relationships, it's not all an upward trajectory. It's all over the place. So I would love for you to draw, it doesn't matter what yours looks like, but a little bit of a roller coaster of life on your page. And then as you can see, on the top, I've made a plus sign, and on the bottom, I've made a minus sign. So that's not positive and negative. That is being above the line and being below the line. So this is where you're feeling confident. It's where you're feeling energized. It's where you're feeling super up. This is where you're feeling down. You're feeling sad. You're feeling depleted. You're feeling scared. You're feeling doubtful, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling funky. And I'm not talking about like Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I'm talking about feeling funky, like you just don't feel good in the skin and the mind that you're in. So what I would love for you to do is next to that plus sign, or let's start with the bottom. So next to the minus sign, I would love for you to write the 4 feelings that you feel when you are below the line, when you dip. So for me, I wrote sad, doubtful, anxious, funky. Then I would love for you to go to the plus sign and do the exact same thing. So 4 ways that you feel when you are feeling above the line, when you're feeling super pumped, super positive, proactive. I wrote confident, energized, and I actually combined these because it's not necessarily being at a super high. I wrote fine/good/normal, because in these times, that feeling of neutrality, that feeling of normalcy, that's a really valuable feeling to be feeling right now. So that's actually what I wrote next to my plus sign. Amazing. Does Brene Brown have a book on the joy concept that you were talking about? She talks about it in a lot of her books. I love Braving the Wilderness and Daring Greatly. That's where she talks a lot about foreboding joy. So here's where things get interesting. You've drawn your line, you've done the minus, the plus, you've done your words. Now we're going to figure out what we are doing, what we are actually doing to maximize each of the moments. So there are 2 ways that life, or that you will go up and down. Either life can bring you up or down, or you can bring you up or down. And you have the power to make the most of whatever moment that you're in. You are fooling yourself if you think that only above the line is good, that there's only good stuff to happen when you are feeling that confidence, when you're feeling energized, when you're feeling super driven and productive. There is good to be had everywhere. So let's start below the line. Below the line, I would love for you to write taking internal action. Write that at the very bottom. I'm going to show this to you and then I'll walk you through it. Taking internal action. Above the line is where you take external action. So when we are feeling below the line, that's when it's a really valuable time to go inward and to do the things inside of our head, inside of our heart. And that's where we're able to maximize that moment. When we're feeling above the line, super energized, super pumped, super confident, that's where taking external action is going to feel the best and reap the most rewards. So after you've written those, I would love for you to write some things that you can do below the line and above the line. I'm going to start you off and then feel free to add your own as we do this, as you go off on your day, as you think about this throughout the week. Just a reminder, these exercises that we do in the mental work throughs, they are not meant to be like a one and done moment that you just do it within these 20 minutes and you're like, cool, I'm good. These are meant to linger in your mind, in your heart. They're meant to accompany with you throughout your day, your week, your month. So let's set you up for success. Here are some things that I've written under the line when it says taking internal action. I've written dream, hone pre-existing helpful routines. So when I'm below the line, it's not necessarily the time where I feel super energized to start something from scratch. But what I can do is I can look at what has been serving me and I can really hone those. I can stick to those. The stuff that I talked about before, the making your bed, getting dressed, washing your face, putting your hair up in a messy bun because that is the hairdo of the moment right now. I wrote vision boards. I love vision boards. Meditative movement. And if you are following along with Aaptiv, you know how valuable meditative movement is. And I'm not just talking about meditation or yoga, but I'm talking about forms of movement, whether it's walking outside or a structured workout on Aaptiv, that makes you feel good from the inside out, that allows you to sit with your feelings and contemplate what's going on in here. Reading is amazing. Gratitude practice, we'll come back to that in a sec. Journaling, rest, thinking about and identifying goals. We'll get to that later too. Meditation, planning. So what I have circled here are the three big buckets that I view to be the biggest pillars of being below the line. So it's your time to dream, it's your time to plan, and it's your time to practice gratitude. And here's the thing about practicing gratitude. Gratitude doesn't always just come to us. When I say practicing gratitude, I literally mean practicing gratitude. It's sort of like if you were learning to play the piano. You would have to practice. You can't just go into concert mode. It's if you are learning a language, you have to practice that language, even when it feels inconvenient, especially when it feels inconvenient and hard. So little things like what my husband and I will do sometimes is we will do quick fire gratitude, where we just say, okay, just word dump all the things that you're grateful for right now without overthinking, without overanalyzing. I'm grateful for the sunshine. I'm grateful for those plants. I'm grateful for a warm bed. I'm grateful for my dog. I'm grateful for books. I'm grateful for a warm sweatshirt. And you just practice letting those come to you naturally. So you can edit these and add whatever feels good to you below the line. But the big takeaway here is that when you're feeling sad, doubtful, anxious, funky, afraid, any of that stuff, taking internal action, planning, identifying those goals, doing that internal work is going to reap the most rewards. And it's not about saying, okay, I've got to do all of these so I can get here quickly. That's going to happen naturally. You will get up to that high. Focus on maximizing the moment that you're in. I say it all the time in my classes. Think about it later. Be in it now. Be in the moment now. So let's go to the top one now. Taking external action is where you are above the line. Hey, Rochelle, I love all of the thumbs up, all of the hearts that I'm seeing come up, all of the waves, the smiley faces. Awesome. I love that we're in this together. So above the line, confident, energized, fine, good, normal. Normal is a valuable thing right now. So what do? You take external action. Here are the things that I wrote. Things that you can do. You can check in with your community. That is a great time to check in with your loved ones, because you also want to make sure that you aren't taking on other people's emotions. I don't know about you, but I am really spongy. And so if I am below the line, I am really susceptible to sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into anxiety, into feeling doubtful, feeling really sad, depressed. I want to be there for my people. It's also really important that I protect my energy, because whatever I'm soaking in is ultimately what I'm going to be giving out to others as well. And I want to make sure that I'm being proactive, not reactive, and I'm not perpetuating that cycle. So the second that you're feeling just fine, good, normal, check in with your community. You have so many people who love you and so many people that you care about. Check in on them. Asking for opportunities, asking hard questions, making collaborations happen, whether they're personal, professional, creative, analytical, strategical. Doing is a really big bucket that falls into the taking external action. Acting on your goals. So when you were below the line, you were thinking about and identifying your goals. When you're above the line, this is the time to take action. Vocalizing your goals and dreams. Tell other people. Tell the people that you love. Post it on social media. Make those goals live out loud. Make those dreams live out loud when you're above the line. Applying for a new job, or figuring out strategies that you are going to implement in the job that you have now. I know that right now is a really uncertain time for a lot of us when it comes to professional opportunities. The second that you're feeling above that line, that is the time to act. Starting something new, whether that is a hobby or it is a new routine, maybe one of the challenges or programs that we have on the app. When you're feeling above the line, that is a prime time to start something new. And then what I wrote, because there was gratitude practice down here, attitude practice right here. So gratitude, as people say on bumper stickers, on memes, people talk about having an attitude of gratitude. So you cultivate the gratitude here, and this is where you live that attitude out loud. So you project that gratitude. That's where you're able to, like I said, check in with your community, tell people that you love them. The things that you're super grateful for, are you using them to their full advantage? Are you reading those books? Are you making your house a safe haven for yourself right now? It's really about doing, acting on your goals, and having your attitude practice. So here's the thing with all of this. When you are below the line and you're above the line, there's going to be some crossover. Of course, you can read, you can journal, you can have meditative movement, you can rest when you're above the line. And when you're below the line, there are certain opportunities and certain instances where you are going to have to do certain things. That's life, right? We can't always plan the way everything unfolds. There are certain times where we're going to have to act on our goals. We're going to have to start something new, where we're feeling low, apply for a new job when we're having trouble, just like getting out of bed. But the more that you can maximize each moment, the more you are going to feel empowered throughout your day. We talk a lot about empowerment on Aaptiv and on different self-help books and mind-body channels and accounts that you might follow on Instagram. The thing with empowerment is that I can help facilitate that for you. Any of the trainers on Aaptiv can help facilitate that for you. But empowerment is an inside job. Empowerment comes from you, and that is a really incredible feeling and something that definitely shouldn't be taken lightly, especially during these times. Just know that you have the power to empower yourself and inspire others to do the same. So, to go over it really quick, you make the line. You draw your roller coaster, plus, minus. How are you feeling? Below the line, taking internal action. Above the line, taking external action. All of the different things, and then circle those buckets that are the pillars for everything else. Thumbs up if you're with me. Yes! Awesome. Amazing. All right, how are we on time? We are about to wrap up. We started a little bit late. I want to do one quick exercise with you, or prep an exercise with you for the rest of the week. Because sometimes when we're down and we're in that fearful place, that can feel overwhelming. So the exercise that we just did, that is macro level, that is life level. So what about situationally? There's a lot of fear going around right now. What happens when you are feeling so consumed by one fearful thought that keeps coming up over and over and over? Now, this is a pretty personal exercise, and it actually takes a little while to do. So I'm going to give you the exercise, and then I would love for you to check in with me and check in with Aaptiv. You can send us DMs. You can follow me at Katie Horwich. Let us know what this brought up for you and how you're being proactive, not reactive in your life. So if you've taken any one of my classes, you've heard me say this about a trillion times, and yes, that is an actual number in my mind. Fearless isn't the absence of fear. To be fearless is when the fear is less than the faith. It's when the fear of the situation is less than the faith that you have within yourself. So that sounds like a really cute bumper sticker, a nice tweetable. It's actually an equation. And so here's how you tip the scales. Because lowering your fear is really, really freaking hard. Fear is a human emotion. But upping your faith, that's easy. So let's focus on that. So I'm going to get out the notebook again. I would love for you to make a T-chart right here. Again, your lines will be straighter than mine. Then at the top, I would love you to write your fear statement. So get really honest with yourself. What is the thing that you are afraid of right now? Identifying it is the first step. So you write your fear statement right here. After that, in the left-hand column, you write fear. In the right-hand column, you write faith. Now, a lot of people, when they think of faith, they think of being religious, spiritual. This is about having the faith in yourself, belief in yourself. So let's break down. Starting with the fear, I want you to write every single point of why you're afraid of this thing. All of the mini micro moments that you're afraid of. And then what I would love for you to do as you're doing that is number them. So that's really, really important here. So you write down all the fear statements. And then after that, once you're done, take a deep breath. And then I want you to write all of the faith statements. And yep, I want you to number them. And here's why. I want you to tip the scales toward the faith and away from the fear. I want you to have a visual representation that you have more faith than fear. So this is something that you can do in really turbulent emotional times that are going on globally like this, Or you can do them super, super situationally. Like I remember that I did this when I had a big speaking event that I was doing. And I wrote down all of the things that I was afraid of, that I would look like a fraud, that I would never be asked back to the event, all of those different things. And then the faith statements, I got really, really granular. So when you think there's no more faith to be had, keep digging. I wrote down things like, I know how to hold a microphone, so I knew that I would be heard. When you think that you have gone deep, go deeper. Because here's the thing. We are able to spiral really, really easily when it comes to the fear. The good news about that is if we're able to spiral in one direction, that means that we're also able to spiral in the other direction. It's just about practicing it. So we're going to wrap up for today. I hope that this was helpful. I had the best time with you today. This is a really uncertain time for all of us. It provides me, and I know the other trainers, with a lot of comfort that we're in this together. We are going to keep providing you with these mental health work-throughs. We are going to keep providing you with workouts, and we're going to be checking in a lot. So make sure that you're following all of the individual trainers on Instagram because they're all doing amazing things as well. We love you so much. And when I say that, I do not mean it lightly. We truly love you. We are so grateful for this community. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you. Hi, Uli. Thank you, Desi. Thanks, Jade. Make sure that if you want a sweat sesh later, that you are tuning in at 5:30 Eastern Time. My personal Wonder Woman, Mary, is going to be, and yours, I'm sure as well, is going to be leading a workout at 5:30 Eastern Time, so check in here. I love you so much. Move forward fearlessly, spread the good word, and you know what I'm going to say. Be the you know you're meant to be. Peace out.